What if a single sentence from you could stay in her mind long after you've walked away? Folks, let's be honest. Most men are out here tossing cheap compliments like confetti, just hoping something lands. You're beautiful. Nice dress. And then they're confused when she smiles politely, glances at her phone, and the spark disappears the second the conversation ends. My friend, the issue isn't that you aren't talking enough. The issue is that your words carry no weight. They don't reach her emotions, her memory, or her deep desire to feel genuinely seen. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Attraction is not created by chasing attention. It's created when you speak with purpose and calm self-assurance. The Stoics knew this well. You don't chase, you choose. And you speak less, but every word matters more. In this video, I'm going to share 8 compliments that go far beyond physical appearance, compliments that create tension, curiosity, and a subtle pull toward you without sounding desperate or trying too hard. You'll learn what to say, when to say it, and why it works on real human psychology. If you want more content like this, subscribe to the channel and stay with me, because the final compliment is one most men never even consider, and it changes everything. I'm not here to comfort you. I'm here to wake you up. Let's begin. Compliment 1. You don't just look good, you linger in my mind. Folks, I need you to understand this. A compliment is not supposed to be a little treat you toss out and hope she rewards you for. A compliment is a signal. It tells her what you notice, what you value, and how you move as a man. And if all you ever signal is, you look good, you blend in with every guy who is trying to buy attention with words. Let's be honest. Most men compliment the obvious because it feels safe. You're beautiful. I love your outfit. She has heard it 1,000 times. It lands for a second, then it evaporates. But when you tell her, you don't just look good, you linger in my mind, you are doing something different. You are speaking to the part of her that wants to be remembered, not just admired. You are telling her she left an impression that outlasts the moment. That creates quiet tension. It creates curiosity. It makes her wonder, what exactly did I do that stuck with him? Now, to keep this stoic, the key is intention. Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. That applies to how you speak too. If you want to be a man of calm confidence, your words cannot sound needy or performative. They have to sound like you are simply stating the truth without chasing a reaction. Here is a real-world scene that fits most of you watching. Mark is 46, works in IT management outside Chicago. He has been back on the dating scene after a long marriage, and he is tired of feeling replaceable. He meets Dana, 41, a nurse practitioner, at a friend's backyard cookout. She's not trying to be the center of attention. She is relaxed, present, laughing with her whole face, and she listens like she is actually there. At the end of the night, Mark does not say, "You're gorgeous," he says, "I'm going to be straight with you. You don't just look good, you linger in my mind. It's the way you carry yourself. It stays with me." Dana pauses, not because it is magic, but because it is rare. Most men compliment what they want to take. Mark complimented what he genuinely experienced, and that is why it lands. Let me spell out why this works psychologically. The mind attaches memory to emotion. When you connect your compliment to impact, presence, and the feeling she created, you become linked to that feeling. She will replay the moment later, driving home, brushing her teeth, lying in bed, not because you begged, but because you planted a clean, confident thought. But my friend, this is where men mess it up. They say a line like this and then immediately ruin it with extra words. They keep talking, they over-explain, they try to force the outcome. A stoic man knows restraint. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. In dating, you suffer because you imagine you need to secure her right now. You do not. You just need to show up with self-control and speak with weight. So use this compliment when she has earned it through her presence, her vibe, her calm femininity, her way of being. Say it once, say it slowly, then let the silence do its job. If you do that, you stop sounding like another man looking for approval, and you start sounding like a man who chooses. If this hits home, type this in the comments. I've felt that. Stay with me, because the next compliment is where you separate yourself from the average guy completely. Compliment 2. When you walk in, the energy in the room shifts. Folks, let's speak clearly here. Most men think attraction is about being noticed, but what actually creates pull is being felt. There is a difference. Anyone can be seen. Very few people change the atmosphere just by entering a space. When you tell a woman that the energy in the room shifts when she walks in, you are not commenting on her looks. You are recognizing her presence. And presence is deeply attractive. Compliments about appearance live on the surface. Compliments about energy land in the body. They tell her that she has an effect on the world around her, not just on your eyes. That is why this line works when it is said calmly and without expectation. You are not asking for attention. You are observing a reality. From a Stoic perspective, this aligns with awareness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Pay attention to what is said by nature, both in your own self and in that of others." Energy is not something you manufacture. It is something you notice. When a woman walks into a room and the mood subtly changes, conversations shift, people look up, and the air feels lighter or more focused. That is real. Naming it shows emotional intelligence, not flattery. Here is where most men go wrong. They confuse energy with excitement. They think it has to be loud, flashy, or dramatic. It does not. Sometimes the strongest energy is calm. Sometimes it is grounded. Sometimes it is feminine composure in a chaotic space. When you recognize that, you separate yourself from men who only react to stimulation. When you say, when you walk in, the energy in the room shifts, you are not saying she is responsible for entertaining anyone. You are not putting pressure on her. You are simply acknowledging impact. And impact is something adults crave to feel, especially women who are used to being reduced to their appearance. Epictetus taught that we should focus on what is within our control and observe the rest without distortion. Attraction works the same way. You cannot force chemistry, but you can recognize it when it appears. This compliment shows you are present enough to notice subtle changes, not just obvious ones. Another reason this line works is because it triggers reflection. She may not have thought about her energy before. Now she does. She starts to wonder what others feel when she enters a room. And because you were the one who named it, you become associated with that awareness. This is not manipulation. This is perception. But let me be very clear, my friend. This compliment only lands if you are centered. If you say it with nervous energy, if you rush it, if you lean forward hoping for validation, it collapses. Seneca warned that anxiety is the enemy of clarity. Speak this line from a place of stillness. Say it as if you are stating the weather. No drama, no performance. There is also discipline in knowing when to stop talking. Say the line, let it breathe. Silence is not awkward when you are grounded. Silence is powerful. A Stoic man understands that words gain strength when they are not overcrowded. If you recognize this truth, and you have seen how presence changes a room, type this in the comments. I've seen this. Stay with me because the next compliment goes even deeper into what makes a woman feel truly chosen, not chased. Compliment 3, you're rare and you don't even try to be. Folks, here's a truth most men never slow down enough to see. Real attraction is not created by trying harder. It is created by standing out without effort. In a world full of noise, performance, and people trying to be impressive, rarity is magnetic. And when you tell a woman she is rare without trying to be, you are speaking directly to her core. Many women are used to being chased for how they look or how they make a man feel in the moment. Very few are recognized for how uncommon their way of being actually is. This compliment does exactly that. It says you notice something that cannot be copied, practiced, or faked. From a Stoic angle, this aligns with virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote that What is good is simple and consistent, not loud or forced. When you tell a woman she is rare without trying, you are acknowledging an inner quality: calm, integrity, ease, self-possession. These things are felt, not advertised. Here is how this plays out in real life. David is 52, owns a small logistics company in Dallas, and has zero interest in dating games. He meets Michelle, 47, a project manager, through mutual friends at a quiet wine bar. Michelle is not dressed to impress. She is relaxed, present, and grounded. She listens without interrupting. She laughs easily. At one point, David looks at her and says, "Can I tell you something honestly? You're rare, and you don't even try to be." Michelle pauses, not because it flatters her ego, but because it names something she has never had to explain. That pause matters. It means the compliment landed where it should, not on the surface, but deeper. Psychologically, this works because it validates identity, not performance. Humans crave to be seen for who they are, not what they produce. When you say this line, you are telling her she does not need to compete or perform around you. That creates safety. And safety, combined with masculine certainty, creates attraction. But here is the discipline, my friend. This compliment cannot sound rehearsed. It must come from observation. Stoicism teaches us to see reality clearly without distortion. If you say this to every woman, it becomes meaningless. If you say it when you genuinely notice composure, authenticity, and emotional steadiness, it becomes powerful. Let's look at another situation. Brian is 39, recently divorced, working in healthcare administration in Seattle. He meets Rachel, 36, at a professional conference. Everyone else is networking aggressively. Rachel is calm, asking thoughtful questions, not selling herself. After a short conversation, Brian says, "You know what stands out about you? You're rare. You're not trying to be anything other than yourself." Rachel smiles, but more importantly, she relaxes. That relaxation is attraction settling in. Epictetus reminded us that people are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. Most men see women through desire or fear of rejection. A Stoic man sees character. This compliment shows that difference instantly. One warning: do not follow this line with explanation or justification. Say it, then stop. Silence shows confidence. Over-talk shows doubt. Seneca warned against excess, even in speech. Trust the moment. If this resonates with you, drop this in the comments. I see rarity. Stay with me, because the next compliment reveals how attraction deepens when you recognize her mind, not just her presence. The way you think is incredibly attractive. Compliment 4. The way you think is incredibly attractive. Folks, let's slow this down and talk honestly. Physical attraction opens the door, but it is the mind that keeps someone inside. Most men never get here because they stop at what is visible. They never acknowledge how a woman thinks, how she processes the world, or how she forms her opinions. And that is a mistake, because intellectual attraction is where emotional depth begins. Let's be clear about something uncomfortable. Complimenting a woman's mind requires confidence. You cannot fake it. You have to actually listen. You have to be present enough to notice how she connects ideas, how she questions things, and how she sees beyond the obvious. When you say the way you think is incredibly attractive, you are telling her you respect her inner world. That lands far deeper than any surface-level praise. From a Stoic perspective, this is about valuing reason and clarity. Marcus Aurelius reminded us the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. A woman's thinking shapes her energy, her decisions, and her boundaries. When you recognize that, you are aligning attraction with virtue, not impulse. You are saying you are drawn to how she reasons, not just how she looks standing in front of you. Here is why this compliment creates tension in a good way. It elevates the connection. You are no longer playing in the shallow end. You are signaling that you enjoy depth, perspective, and thoughtful conversation. Most men are afraid to do this because they worry it sounds too serious. In reality, it does the opposite. It makes the interaction feel rare and stimulating. Let's be practical. When you use this compliment, you are not praising intelligence in an abstract way. You are responding to something specific she said, or how she framed an idea. Maybe she challenged a common assumption. Maybe she explained something with clarity and calm. Maybe she saw both sides of an issue without getting emotional. That is what you are acknowledging. You are saying, I see how your mind works, and I find that compelling. Stoicism teaches restraint and observation. Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This compliment only works if you earn it through listening. When you rush to talk, you miss the chance to notice how she thinks. When you listen, you give yourself the material to speak with weight. Another reason this compliment is powerful is because it separates desire from desperation. You are not trying to impress her. You are not seeking approval. You are simply stating a truth you observed. Seneca warned that nothing is more undignified than anxiety for the future. When you speak from calm certainty without expectation, your words carry authority. Now let me add something important here, my friend. If you want to master this level of attraction, you have to develop your own mind as well. This channel exists to help you do exactly that. If you want deeper discussions on Stoicism, relationships, and masculine clarity that go beyond surface-level advice, consider becoming a channel member. Membership gives you access to exclusive content designed for men who are serious about growth, not shortcuts. If this idea resonates and you value mental connection, type this in the comments. I value depth. Stay with me, because the next compliment shifts attraction from thought to transformation, and you do not want to miss that. Compliment 5. Being around you makes me want to be better. Being around you makes me want to be better. Folks, let's be clear about something most men never articulate. Real attraction is not about excitement alone. It is about elevation. When a woman makes you want to sharpen yourself instead of impress her, something deeper is happening. This compliment speaks directly to that. It tells her she is not just desirable, she is inspiring. Let's talk straight. Many men feel drawn to a woman because she makes life feel easier or more comfortable. That is fine, but it is shallow. When you say being around you makes me want to be better, you are acknowledging growth. You are telling her that her presence raises your standards, your discipline, and your awareness. That is powerful because it connects attraction to purpose. From a Stoic lens, this matters. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that we should choose relationships that improve our character. When you recognize that effect in a woman, you are aligning desire with virtue. You are not saying she completes you. You are saying she challenges you to rise. That distinction keeps the compliment strong and masculine. Here is a situation many of you will recognize. Kevin is 48, recently promoted, living outside Denver. He meets Emily, 42, a small business owner, through a shared fitness group. Emily is consistent, calm, and disciplined. She trains hard without talking about it. Over time, Kevin notices he starts showing up earlier, training with more focus and wasting less time. One evening after a workout, he says, "I need to tell you something. Being around you makes me want to be better." Emily does not blush or deflect. She nods. She feels seen. That moment works because it is honest. And Kevin is not putting her on a pedestal. He is taking responsibility for his response to her presence. Stoicism teaches us that our reactions are our responsibility. This compliment reflects that maturity. Another example. Thomas is 55, divorced, working in finance in New Jersey. He starts spending time with Lisa, 49, a consultant with strong boundaries and clear values. Lisa does not nag or push. She simply lives aligned. Thomas notices he drinks less, reads more, and speaks with more intention. One night over dinner, he says calmly, "You know, Being around you makes me want to tighten things up in my life." Lisa smiles softly. That smile is attraction built on respect. Psychologically, this compliment works because it frames her as a catalyst, not a reward. People want to feel they have a positive effect without being responsible for fixing someone. This line does exactly that. It shows self-awareness and self-leadership. There is also an unspoken message here. You are selective. You are not moved by chaos or drama. You are moved by alignment. That signals maturity and sexual polarity at the same time, because growth-oriented energy feels safe, grounded, and quietly compelling to a woman who values depth. It tells her you respect direction, not distraction. But here is the discipline, my friend. Never say this from weakness. If you sound like you are seeking motivation from her, it collapses. Seneca warned that dependency erodes strength. Say this only when you are already doing the work. The compliment lands because you are walking the path, not asking her to lead you. If this resonates, type this in the comments. I choose growth. Stay with me, because the next compliment reveals how admiration turns into deep, emotional loyalty. Compliment 6. You have a calm confidence most people don't. You have a calm confidence. Most people don't. Folks, let's cut through the noise for a moment. Confidence today is loud, performative, and constantly asking to be noticed. Calm confidence is different. It does not announce itself. It does not compete. It does not rush. And that is exactly why it is so attractive. When you tell a woman she has a calm confidence most people do not, you are recognizing a rare form of strength that stands apart from the crowd. Let's be realistic here. Anyone can project bravado. Anyone can dominate a conversation or seek validation through attention. But calm confidence shows up as steadiness. It is emotional control. It is self-trust. It is the ability to remain composed without needing to prove anything. When you name that quality, you are telling her you see beneath the surface. From a Stoic perspective, this matters deeply. Epictetus taught that true strength comes from mastering the inner world, not controlling the outer one. Calm confidence is the visible result of inner discipline. It is not reactive. It is not needy. It is grounded. When you acknowledge that in a woman, you are aligning attraction with character, not chaos, this compliment works because it validates something she likely worked hard to develop. Emotional regulation does not come by accident. It comes from experience, boundaries, and self-respect. Many women are praised for being exciting or desirable. Very few are recognized for being steady. When you do this, you set yourself apart immediately. Now listen closely, my friend. This is not a line you throw out lightly. You use it when you notice how she handles pressure, disagreement, or uncertainty. Maybe she speaks clearly without raising her voice. Maybe she does not over-explain herself. Maybe she listens without interrupting and responds with intention. That is calm confidence in action. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it." That image fits perfectly here. Calm confidence does not resist life aggressively. It absorbs impact and remains stable. When you recognize that in her, you are seeing something timeless and powerful. Psychologically, this compliment creates safety and attraction at the same time. Safety comes from predictability and emotional control. Attraction comes from strength and self-possession. This combination is rare, and when you name it, you signal that you value maturity over drama. That alone filters you into a different category of man. But here is where discipline matters. Do not say this with excitement in your voice. Do not overemphasize it. Say it calmly, as an observation, not a performance. Seneca warned that excess weakens even good things. The power of this compliment comes from restraint. There is also an unspoken message embedded here. By recognizing calm confidence, you are subtly communicating that you operate from the same place. You are not impressed by chaos. You are not drawn to instability. You are grounded enough to notice grounding. That creates mutual respect, which is a strong foundation for attraction. If you understand this and you value calm strength over noise, type this in the comments: I respect calm. Stay with me, because the next compliment reveals how purpose and direction quietly amplify attraction even more. Compliment 7, you move with purpose. That's hard to ignore. Let's get grounded for a minute. Purpose is attractive because it signals direction, and direction creates safety and desire at the same time. When someone moves with purpose, you feel it before they say a word. Their choices are clean. Their pace is steady. Their attention is not scattered. When you recognize that in a woman, you are speaking to something most men never notice. Let's be realistic about what purpose is not. It is not being busy. It is not rushing around with a packed calendar and calling it ambition. Purpose is knowing why you are where you are and what you are moving toward. A woman who moves with purpose does not linger in conversations that drain her. She does not explain herself to earn approval. She engages, decides, and moves on. That clarity is quietly magnetic. Here is how this shows up in real life. Paul is 54, a regional operations manager in Ohio, recently back into dating after a long marriage. He meets Karen, 48, a physical therapist at a local fundraiser. Karen arrives, speaks to the people she came to see, makes her donation, and leaves when she said she would. No lingering, no apologizing, no performing. Paul notices that her actions line up with her words. Later he tells her, "You move with purpose, that's hard to ignore." Karen smiles, not because it is flattering, but because it is accurate. She feels respected, not hunted. Another example, Jason is 41 and runs a small marketing firm in San Diego. He meets Olivia, 37, a non-profit director, through mutual friends. Olivia is warm but decisive. She knows when to stay and when to go. She does not over-explain her choices. Jason watches her handle a social setting without chasing attention. She speaks, listens, and exits conversations cleanly. Later he says, "I admire how you move with purpose. It's rare." Olivia pauses. She feels seen for how she lives, not how she looks. Psychologically, this works because you are validating agency. Adults want to feel in control of their lives. When you recognize purpose, you are telling her you see her self-leadership. That is a different kind of attraction. It is not just chemistry, it is respect. And respect is what turns attraction into something lasting. From a Stoic perspective, this is exactly the point. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." A woman who moves with purpose is showing that she is not dragged around by moods, pressure, or other people's expectations. She chooses her actions. She chooses her standards. She chooses when she is available. That kind of inner control is compelling. But listen closely, my friend. This compliment only lands if you respect purpose in yourself. If your life is scattered, if you drift from one impulse to the next, the words will feel hollow. Stoicism is not theory, it is practice. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." If you admire purpose, build your own, keep your word, show up on time, make decisions, and stand by them. When you live that way, your compliment carries weight because it comes from a man who recognizes discipline. There is also restraint here. Say it once, say it calmly. Do not stack it with 5 other compliments. Do not chase a reaction. Let a little silence sit. Seneca warned that what is excessive becomes a burden, even when it starts as something good. Your calm delivery is part of what makes this line effective. If you value direction over noise, drop this in the comments. I choose direction. Stay with me, because the next compliment goes even deeper into emotional awareness. Compliment 8, you make people feel seen. That's powerful. Let's slow down and talk about something deeper than attraction. Feeling seen is one of the strongest human needs there is. Not noticed, not admired, seen. Most people walk through life unheard, overlooked, and emotionally rushed. When a woman has the ability to make others feel truly seen, that is not a soft trait. That is power. Many men think attraction comes from intensity, charm, or saying the right thing at the right time. But what actually creates a lasting pull is presence. When you tell a woman you make people feel seen, that's powerful. You are acknowledging her emotional awareness. You are recognizing how she affects others on a human level, not a physical one. This compliment lands because it names impact. You are not praising her kindness in a shallow way. You are recognizing her ability to hold space, to listen without rushing, to stay present without needing attention back. That ability is rare, especially in a world obsessed with distraction. From a Stoic perspective, this matters deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Most people are self-absorbed. They wait to speak. They listen to respond, not to understand. A woman who makes others feel seen is doing the opposite. She is grounded enough to step outside herself. Psychologically, this compliment works because it validates emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is not about fixing people or absorbing their emotions. It is about awareness and steadiness. When someone feels seen, their nervous system relaxes. Trust increases. Attraction grows quietly. By naming this trait, you position yourself as someone who understands depth, not just desire. Now here is an important distinction, my friend. Do not confuse this with people-pleasing. Making others feel seen does not mean lacking boundaries. In fact, the most powerful version of this trait comes from self-possession. A woman who is secure in herself can be present without overgiving. That is what you are recognizing. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is essential. Epictetus reminded us that we should not waste attention on what does not matter. When a woman consistently makes others feel heard and acknowledged, she is choosing to invest attention with intention. That choice carries weight. When you see it and say it out loud, you separate yourself from men who only react to beauty or charm. This compliment also creates a subtle mirror. By recognizing her awareness, you signal your own. You are showing that you value presence, listening, and emotional clarity. You are not chasing stimulation, you are choosing connection. That alignment is attractive because it suggests compatibility on a deeper level. There is restraint required here. Say this line calmly. Do not dramatize it. Do not stack it with other praise. Let it land and sit. Seneca warned that excess weakens even the strongest ideas. This compliment gains strength from simplicity and timing. Another reason this works is because it reframes attraction away from performance. Many women feel pressure to entertain or impress. When you recognize that they make people feel seen, you remove that pressure. You acknowledge who they are, not what they produce. That creates ease, and ease is magnetic. And ease is, if this resonates with you and you value real presence, type this in the comments. I see people stay with me because what comes next brings everything together in a way most men never consider. Compliment 9. There's something about you that feels dangerous in a good way. There's something about you that feels dangerous in a good way. Folks, let's be honest about something most men feel but rarely say out loud. Real attraction is not always safe. Sometimes it carries an edge, a sense of risk, a pull that makes you pay attention because it threatens comfort in the right way. When you tell a woman there is something about her that feels dangerous in a good way, you are not talking about chaos. You are talking about depth, independence, and quiet intensity. Let's clear this up. Dangerous does not mean unstable. It does not mean drama or unpredictability. It means she is not easily controlled. She has standards. She has a spine. She is not trying to be liked. That kind of woman challenges complacency, and that challenge creates tension, healthy tension. From a Stoic point of view, this is about courage and self-command. Seneca wrote that a man who is brave is not reckless, but he is not ruled by fear either. The same applies here. A woman who feels dangerous in a good way is not reckless. She is self-directed. She will not bend herself to fit expectations. When you recognize that, you are recognizing strength. Here is how this looks in real life. Robert is 57, owns a small manufacturing company in Michigan. He meets Elaine, 51, a consultant, at a business dinner. Elaine speaks calmly, but she does not soften her opinions to make others comfortable. She listens, then responds with clarity. She does not over-explain. Robert notices that she is warm, but not accommodating. Later he says, "I don't know how to explain it, but there's something about you that feels dangerous in a good way." Elaine smiles slowly. She understands exactly what he means. He is not afraid of her strength. He respects it. Another example, Chris is 43, divorced, working in product management in San Jose. He meets Monica, 39, through friends. Monica is playful, but she does not tolerate nonsense. She sets boundaries without apology. Chris feels drawn to her, not because she is easy, but because she is solid. One evening he says, "There's something about you that feels dangerous, but in a way that makes me curious, not nervous." Monica laughs and says nothing. The silence is the point. The attraction sits there alive. Psychologically, this compliment works because it validates autonomy. It tells her, you are not looking for control. You are not looking for predictability at the cost of authenticity. You are saying you respect her independence and the edge that comes with it. That is deeply attractive to a woman who values self-respect. But my friend, this line requires maturity. If you say this from insecurity, it collapses. If you sound intimidated, it backfires. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the mind must be steady before it can admire strength in others. Say this from a place of calm curiosity, not fear. There is also restraint here. Do not explain it to death. Do not justify it. Say it once, let her interpret it. Part of what makes this compliment powerful is that it invites imagination. When you over-explain, you kill the mystery. This compliment also signals something about you. It tells her you are not threatened by a woman with depth and direction. You are not seeking safety through control. You are comfortable with tension that sharpens rather than destroys. That is masculine clarity. If this resonates and you understand the difference between chaos and edge, type this in the comments. I respect edge. Stay with me because what comes next ties all of this together in a way that changes how you show up from this point forward. Compliment 10. You don't chase attention, you naturally draw it in. You don't chase attention, you naturally draw it in. Folks, let's finish this with something that ties everything together. The strongest form of attraction is not effort, it is gravity. When a woman does not chase attention, but somehow always seems to have it, that tells you everything you need to know about her inner world. And when you name that, you are speaking to the deepest level of confidence there is. Let's be clear. Chasing attention is loud. It needs validation. It performs. Drawing attention is quiet. It comes from self-respect, boundaries, and comfort with oneself. A woman who naturally draws attention is not trying to win the room. She is simply grounded enough to let the room come to her. That difference is subtle, but once you see it, you cannot unsee it. From a Stoic point of view, this is self-command in action. Marcus Aurelius wrote that true worth does not need to announce itself. When a woman is at ease with who she is, she does not grasp for approval. She does not over-explain. She does not compete. She shows up as she is, and that authenticity pulls people in. When you recognize that, you are recognizing strength without aggression. Here is why this compliment works differently from the others. It is not focused on what she does. It is focused on what she does not do. She does not chase. She does not seek. She does not perform. That absence is exactly what creates presence. And when you say you don't chase attention, you naturally draw it in. You're telling her you understand the power of restraint. This compliment also reflects back on you. It signals that you are not impressed by noise. You are not moved by desperation. You are drawn to composure. Seneca warned that the mind should not be pulled in 1,000 directions. When you admire a woman who is centered, you show that you value stillness over chaos. Let's talk psychology for a moment. Humans are wired to notice what is scarce. Attention seekers flood the environment with signals. They become predictable. Someone who is comfortable stepping back becomes intriguing. The mind fills the space with curiosity. That is why this compliment creates attraction without pressure. It names something she already embodies instead of asking her to change. There is also maturity in this line. It says you are not trying to own her attention. You are not asking for it. You are observing how she already moves through the world. That creates equality. Attraction grows best between two people who are not trying to fill a void. Now here is the discipline, my friend. This compliment must be delivered cleanly. No teasing tone, no exaggeration, no follow-up explanation. Say it as an observation. Let it stand. Epictetus taught that clarity comes from simplicity. Trust the line. Trust the moment. This final compliment works because it summarizes everything that came before. Presence, calm, confidence, purpose, emotional awareness, depth. All of those qualities lead to this result. A woman who embodies them does not need to chase attention. She attracts it by being aligned. If this resonates with you, type this in the comments. I choose alignment. That is the level of attraction most men never reach. Folks, today we broke down 10 compliments that go far beyond looks. These are not cheap lines or surface-level flattery. They are observations rooted in presence, intention, and stoic clarity. Used correctly, they create attraction without chasing, tension without force, and connection without losing yourself. If you want to go deeper into Stoicism, masculine self-mastery, and real-world relationship dynamics that most men never learn, consider becoming a channel member. It's where we take these ideas further, with more depth and more precision. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Thank you for spending your time here with me today. I'll see you again tomorrow.